Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Constable Claude Chancy from the Winnipeg Police Service Public Information Office. Today, we're dealing with a suspicious circumstance that happened this morning at the U of M Fort Garry campus. I'll read this first, and then you'll be open to questions after that. On November 19, 2024, at approximately 6:30 a.m., the Winnipeg Police Service received information regarding an adult male armed with a knife in the Allen Building at the University of Manitoba Fort Garry campus. General patrol units from several divisions, assisted by the tactical support team, and the K-9 unit attended and established a perimeter of the building and surrounding area. The building and immediate areas were searched and cleared for the presence of a male suspect. No injuries were reported as a result of this incident. Based on the information provided to police, and in the interest of public safety, social media posts, including an alert-ready broadcast through the province's emergency management organization, were released to media and the public. The situation has been resolved, and it has been determined there is no longer any immediate threat to public safety. Members of the tactical support team and general patrol units will remain on scene, conducting patrols as a precaution. The major crimes unit has assumed the investigation. No arrests have been made. Anyone with information regarding this incident, including video surveillance, is asked to contact the major crimes unit at 204-986-6219. Any questions?
Is this the first time police used the emergency alert system in this way?
That's a great question. It's not. This would be, to my best of my recollection, is the third incident. There was a prior Amber Alert that was used regarding a missing person, and most recently in the summer of 2022, there was an abduction where, if you remember, there was a stolen vehicle where there was an elderly woman in the vehicle, and we put out that alert through the organization.
So we heard a student was assaulted, and this is just from speaking to other students on campus. Is that something that you could confirm happened? That
forms part of the investigation. Investigation in this very early stages by the major crimes unit right now. We don't have any information right now that would bring us to believe that somebody was assaulted at this point.
And why were no arrests made in this case?
There's no arrest because we haven't found anybody, right? So all the supports that were brought into the area to look for this particular male, the building was searched, the immediate area was searched. We're just gathering information now to see where this can bring us.
So there's no. Sorry.
Does that mean you can't confirm the presence of a large knife as the initial reports?
Yeah, so that's the reported information, right? So all we know right now that it was reported to us that there was a male present in the building in possession of a large knife. So that's all we have.
Have you been able to talk to that 911 caller again to verify that that's indeed what they saw and that it wasn't a prank?
To the caller? Yeah, so the investigators are doing that as we speak.
How can you be sure that there's no more risk to the public right now if we don't have a suspect?
Well, there's certain parts of the investigation that I can't bring to the table right now. We have enough information to be able to retract, and that's why we took out that emergency alert was canceled, because we do not believe at this point that there is a threat to public safety. No immediate threat to public safety.
How do you make the decision of using the alert system, the messages that we got this morning?
That's a great question, and as asked before, this is only the third time that we use that system. So again, can't get into the specifics of the investigation, but we had enough information that we were able to extrapolate from the call where the decision was made in the interest of public safety, which is the utmost importance here, in the interest of providing information to the public, the organization would be used to provide not only information to attending staff, faculty, and students, but also to provide direction in case they do encounter a male that had a knife.
Does it have anything to do with the other incidents that happened on campus last month?
Well, I think that'd be kind of jumping to a conclusion. I think it's very important that every case that we deal with is taken very seriously. The information that were provided to us is very serious in nature. You've got a male present, a report of a male present with a large knife in an area where there may be a lot of students that are arriving to school. So you got to take all those factors into consideration when making that decision, and that is a very predominant for this particular incident.
I meant more so, did it influence the decision to issue the alert?
Which did it influence?
The recent incidents at the university.
Oh, no. I think this is an isolated incident that's looked at for what it is, and based on information we received for this incident particularly. We don't base that on prior incidences, or to be careful. No, it has to do with this incident and how serious of a nature it was.
Can we expect more police presence at the university in the next days, weeks?
Well, I can't go into days, weeks. I know that we have, there are some members that are still there from the tactical support team that are still there right now. There's some general patrol members that are doing some walkarounds around the campus. Whether that's going to be long-term, I can't say. Well, for the immediate time right now, for today, they are there just as a precaution.
Can you talk about how the police service has worked with university administration today, if they have?
Oh, we have, yeah. I mean, that's a given that there has to be a lot of open communication between not only us, the members of the University of Manitoba Security Management, which we were in close contact with during this whole incident. That exchange of information is very important. We're trying to reach a lot of people. So, yeah, I can say that was instrumental in how we decided how to proceed with the event today.
What about university security that was on site?
Yes.
How did the police work with them to conduct your investigation, do the search through the?
Well, I mean, I can tell you that the investigation is multifaceted. Okay, it does involve security, obviously. It involves the police. It involves the faculty of the University of Manitoba. So we have been in contact with security. They have been spoken to by the investigators as well. So that does form part of the investigation as well.
Do you know if security were the first point of contact for the complainant about the report of a man with a knife?
I can confirm that would be accurate.
So then who received the information from WPS? Did they receive information from security?
I can't get to the exact of the information, how we received the information, but we did receive information from, I would say, multiple sources. That's the best I can put it at this point.
So can you confirm, so one of those sources was security, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. There are a lot of concerns from students in terms of how the university, communicated the emergency and some of the directions. Is it an understanding, or is it part of the protocol that the police take the lead on the communications?
Well, I can't speak on behalf of the U of M faculty. That's their business, right? We can only act on what information that we receive, and we have a duty as a service to provide information that is instrumental in regards to the public safety of its citizens. So that's the only part that I can answer to, and that's what we did.
This morning we heard reports about the increased security at the Victoria Hospital. What can you tell us about that? And do you think it's linked to what happened this morning at the university?
I can't speak for them. I know that, I mean, it's safe to say when using the text alert system like we did today, a lot of people are reached. So not only we use as well social media as well as the text alert system to reach as many people as possible in the area. The nice thing about that emergency alert system, it uses TV, radio, and compatible phones, and it can be used in specific areas as well. So localized to that area of the university. So obviously the hospital would have received those alerts as well. How they carry out their protocols in regards to the safety of the people, the patrons that are coming there and staff, that's theirs. Whether it's related or not, but I would think it wouldn't be a far stretch to say that happened.
Some people complain that not everybody received the emergency alert. Can you speak to how that alert system works and why some people may have not gotten it?
So, like I was just mentioning, it uses TV, uses radio, and compatible cell phone systems. So not all cell phones would have the capability of receiving that, okay? I'm not the expert on that. The best people would be to contact is going through the alertready.ca through their website, and then you can be able to get more information on how that works. But that system has the capability. They have the technical ability to focus the text alerts to certain areas using specific towers, for example. So they concentrated on towers around the University of Manitoba to reach the people that are closely around that area because the threat was really related to a specific area, and that's where we needed to concentrate on. If we felt the need to have a citywide coverage for text alert, we would have done so. It wasn't deemed as a necessity at that time. Anybody else?
Do you know how many officers were involved in this? I know there's a bunch of different.
Yeah,
units.
there's quite a few. I mean, we had the drone unit, we had the tactical safety team, we had multiple general patrol units from several divisions that attended. So it was quite a few. You got to remember, this is a report of a male armed with a knife. We don't know what the person's intentions are. We know this is a place, I mean, luckily enough, this is a building that does not house students. However, it's early in the morning and students would be arriving very soon, teachers, staff, to work and or, study there. So it's taken very seriously by our service, and that kind of spelled out the steps that we use following.
And so have you looked at any like security camera footage to see if
That's
this
all-
person did exist?
that-
Like, I'm shocked to know that like no one was found and all of these officers were on campus.
And that's part of the investigation, right? So those things are going to have to be gathered by the investigators. They're going to have to speak to more people. They're going to have to gather all the video information that they can. And that's why we ask anybody who's got any kind of knowledge of this incident, video surveillance of any kind, they contact the Winnipeg Police Service Major Crimes Unit.
Do you know at what time were the first officers on scene?
I believe we were there right about 7 o'clock. I think 6:30 is when we received the information, and I believe it was 6:30. I was sorry, right around 7 o'clock,
Yeah.
just shortly before that we arrived on scene.
Sue said that they're working with a student who said that they were the one who was assaulted. Sorry if you asked this already, but can you confirm if you've spoken to any students who say they were assaulted?
I can't speak to that. We're continuously speaking to people, but I can't confirm that specifically.
And so are police still looking for a suspect on campus, or are they just patrolling the area?
Right now, it's a precautionary measure. We are patrolling just because of where they're at, and because the investigation is still in its infancy. So we're just being diligent.
And one more, is it up to Winnipeg Police to call for lockdowns at institutions like the university, or is that the university's call to make?
That's their call. Okay.
Sorry, I believe you speak French.
Yes.
Est-ce que vous pouvez revenir sur le déroulé des événements ce matin? À quelle heure vous avez reçu l'appel? À quelle heure vous étiez sur place?
Bien sûr, oui, je peux faire ça. C'était à peu près à 6h30 qu'on était arrivé. On a eu l'appel de rapport d'un homme qui était armé d'un couteau. On est arrivé à peu près juste quelques minutes avant 7h du matin. On avait beaucoup de personnes qui étaient là, de notre service. Ils ont cherché l'édifice, ils ont cherché l'entourage de l'endroit aussi. Ils ont trouvé personne. Personne n'a été trouvé. Le suspect n'a pas été trouvé. On a effectué une alerte générale, locale, je devrais dire locale, à 8h27 à travers le texte pour une alerte d'une personne dangereuse. Et puis cette alerte a été annulée à 10h38.
Est-ce que vous pouvez nous réexpliquer pourquoi vous avez fait le choix d'envoyer cette alerte?
L'information qu'on avait reçue dès le commencement de l'événement, on a pris cette information, et cette information nous a déroulé qu'on a pris la décision que c'était la meilleure course d'action était de disséminer cette alerte à travers le texte.
Il y a eu d'autres incidents sur le campus de l'université récemment. Il y a eu ça ce matin aussi. Et pour l'instant, la police n'a pas décidé d'augmenter sa présence sur le campus plus que d'habitude.
Non. Il faut réaliser aussi que cet événement, c'est un événement qui était singulier, qui n'a rien à faire avec d'autres événements. Alors, il n'y a aucune décision qui va être faite à cause de cet événement. L'investigation est très, très neuve. Alors, ça va prendre un peu de temps pour voir exactement, ça va se dérouler, et pour pouvoir vous donner plus d'informations qu'on en aura.
Merci beaucoup.
D'accord.
I have one more question, sorry. Do you think that this was all unfounded?
I can't answer that. The investigation will determine that.